Welcome back to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Convo, episode number 89. The conversation I want to get into today, will Gervonta Tank Davis ever beat Floyd Mayweather's records? I'll let you know what I mean by that, and I'm going to also break it down, so stay tuned. Also, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell.
Get my outfit, man. Get my outfit. Look how good I look. I look rich. I mean, my fault. I look wealthy. Let me get a glimpse of this. Get a glimpse of this. Get a glimpse of this, man. You'll never see another Floyd Mayweather. But you know we work with these young fighters. Y'all got to break my records. You know? And the only record y'all may not break is one record. It's only one record y'all may not break. Y'all fighters may not break. Y'all ain't gonna get 300 million in one night.
People are wondering, Gervonta made some comments about his contract being up on Twitter. Is there anything that...
Nothing lasts forever. I will always love Tank. I like him, love him, look at him like a son. He has to do what's best for him.
So this one should be a good one. You guys know how I break my videos down in two different rounds. So round one would be about can Gervonta Tank Davis reach the same heights as Floyd Mayweather by working with Floyd Mayweather? Also in round two, can Gervonta Tank Davis beat Floyd Mayweather's record? So let's get into round one. So I think it's two pretty good questions. I love doing my videos like this because I can take a deeper dive. A lot of channels, they do a really good job of reporting and stuff like that. But I like to take a deeper dive on my channel, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. So let's get right into it. While working with Floyd Mayweather, can Gervonta Tank Davis actually reach the same heights that Floyd Mayweather did? I think it'd be very hard. I think it's a limited amount of space that Gervonta can actually work in. What I mean by that, Floyd is I don't know, man. He's not really hands-on. I could see by his temperament and stuff like that. He has so many other things that's going on in his life that's making him a lot of money, and Gervonta just happened to be a part of what's going on. I don't really know. I won't say that that Floyd Mayweather really means anything in a negative aspect with Gervonta Tank Davis kind of dragging along and stuff like that. But I think when you think about Gervonta Tank Davis' career, he's already 27. He will be 28 sometime this year. I don't know exactly when his birthday is, but he's got a very, very late start. And I think that Floyd Mayweather in a way has been in a way because, like I said, when you got so many different businesses and different avenues that you're taking, sometimes you kind of you can't focus on one thing at one time. Floyd Mayweather he's in a different tax bracket, man. I mean, he's a billionaire. So being a billionaire, you got to be able to operate on the outside and let the people that's taking care of your businesses on it. You got to let them do what they got to do. So Tank Davis ain't going to get that attention. Not that one-on-one attention that he needs to flourish. So I think that him leaving Mayweather, I think it'll work out in a positive way. I think that he has learned a ton from Floyd Mayweather. I think that he can continue on with his career, and I think that he can possibly maybe reach some of those heights. I think as far as being a star selling out arenas, he's doing a really good job. No, he's nowhere near what Floyd Mayweather was as far as selling out arenas and stuff like that, but I think he has a possibility to get to where Canelo is, and then he can work his way up. He still have a lot of time, but being 27 years old, Floyd Mayweather was already doing different types of things at a younger age, and I break that down more when I get to the record side in the second round. But Gervonta is no doubt that he's a star. But I think, like I say, I'm not going to say that Floyd. I'm not going to put words in somebody's mouth because I don't know what Floyd Mayweather is thinking. But just from what I'm seeing in interviews and stuff like that, Floyd Mayweather is secure about who he is. He's more worried about what he has to do and things that he has accomplished in the sport of boxing. Every interview that you see him in, he's always talking about himself. Not to say, it's good to be proud of what you're doing, but when you have a young talent like Gervonta Tank Davis, it can come off as a negative thing. And I think that it could put a damper on Gervonta Tank Davis, even in his mindset. He's going into a fight that he did not want. He's going into a fight that's in-house. Me as a person, I wouldn't want to be limited to who I could fight just because you want to do in-house fights. I'm not gonna lie. Mayweather does not have the type of talent. Only person, the most talented guy in his camp is Gervonta Tank Davis, and that's just hands down. Nobody's better than Tank that's in the camp, and definitely not Rolly. I give Rolly, whatever. Congratulations, you got yourself a big fight. You're gonna get your 5 minutes of fame. But I think that anytime that you're working up under somebody like that, you kind of see things in your point of view. Floyd Mayweather has already lived his life, especially in the boxing world. He's got a second half of his life that he's enjoying. He's got business. I heard that he's doing a new building, new skyscraper, stuff like that. That's achievements that you get to where all the hard work and stuff like that. So Gervonta is living in the moment. He's living in the moment of a true boxer, every day, all day boxing. So he has to figure out ways to get to that high point to where he can start breaking some of the records, which we're about to get into in the second round. But I don't think he can achieve too much more with Floyd Mayweather. Sometimes things do die off. Sometimes you do have to move on. I've been there. Sometimes it's kind of sad to see that certain people can't work together. But I think that Gervonta Tank Davis will flourish more without Floyd Mayweather in a positive way. But let's get into round two. So, round two, can Gervonta Tank Davis accomplish some of the records or beat some of the records that Floyd Mayweather has set in the boxing world? Like I say, age is everything, and I think that I started watching Tank, man, when as soon as he hit the TV sets, which that sound old, but like I said, I've been watching Tank for many years, man. I like the clip that I had was in 2015, so that's 7 years already. So I think that in 7 years, as far as star selling out arenas and stuff like that, Tank is on point. He's on point, but he's not had he's never had a major fight. He's never owned a major title belt. He has he had two secondary belts. He's a two-time, I think 135. He was two-time WBA regular champion, and he has one at 140, which he recently dropped, because the sanctioning body made him, pick between the two instead of holding up two different divisions with two regular belts, which the belt system is a whole nother conversation for another video. But Floyd Mayweather, even I seen him on ESPN. I think it was like early, like 90 something. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but I remember his very first fight, and I forgot the opponent that he was fighting, but he actually knocked him out on ESPN. But once Floyd Mayweather had got a staple hold in the boxing world, in the game, he understood what everything was. By the time Floyd Mayweather was 27, man, he was already doing crazy numbers. He already had multiple championship belts, major championship belts in multiple different weight classes, and Tank Davis hasn't even come close. Some of the opponents does not even come close to anything that Floyd Mayweather has achieved. Like I say, some of the records with pay-per-view and stuff like that, Tank does well, but he's nowhere near what Floyd is doing. The amount of money that I think once Tank Davis make the transition to work on his own and build his own team, I think that he has the knowledge to get close to it. But I think it's almost too. I hate to say anything is too late. I really do. But I think the type of opponents that Gervonta Tank Davis has to chase down and try to play catch up. Like I say, I think it's going to be hard. I really think it's going to be hard. I think Gervonta Tank Davis has the skills to take over the sport of boxing. I think eventually he will take over the sport of boxing. I love him as a fighter. I think he's got some of the quickest hands. Everything about this kid is spot on, man. It's spot on. And I think that he's a lot further off than a lot of other boxers are, especially when it comes to selling out arenas and stuff like that. Devin Haney ain't selling out arenas. All these other boxers ain't selling out arenas like that. But I think that anytime that you're working with somebody and you cannot really flourish like that, it's hard to really break records like that. So I think the timing to move on is now. But as far as him actually getting close to breaking any of Floyd Mayweather's records, I just don't really see it right now. But anything is possible in the sport of boxing and in this world. I think that Gervonta Tank Davis can do well in the future. But I would love to see what he's going to do without Floyd Mayweather. I think that like I say, it's going to take a lot for Gervonta to actually get to that the same level that Floyd Mayweather reached in his career. I think that Floyd Mayweather did a really great job in his career fighting champion after champion, and building up his resume and all that. Every time that you've seen Floyd Mayweather in the ring, that he was facing the highest of the highest level of competition that you could face. Being rocked by Shane Mosley, going through the war with, even though a lot of people say he ran with the fight with Manny Pacquiao, but if you think about the opponents that Tank Davis has faced right now, man, it's going to be very hard for him to play catch up. And I think that, every time that I see Floyd Mayweather interview, I keep bringing this up because a lot of people don't, man. He's constantly talking about all the records and nobody's going to break his records, all the money that he's made. But, if you really want to be take a deeper dive in it, man, you got to question yourself. If I'm Tank Davis, I'm questioning myself, man, like, are you doing this on purpose or what? Like I said, a lot of people don't take deep dives into when it comes to certain topics on the sport of boxing. So that's what I love about what I do on my channel, so you guys can think a little bit different than all these other channels or whoever promoting boxing or talking about boxing. But I think it is a bigger conversation when somebody's bragging about themselves so much. You seem to don't have time for me. So like I said before, I think that Tank Davis can play catch up. I don't know if he'll ever reach the same heights, or I don't know if he'll beat the same records. But you guys let me know what you think about this one down in the comments below. That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo, episode number 89. You guys let me know what you think about this topic down in the comments below. If you want to see what I'm wearing, shoptachi.com. Follow me on all social media platforms that are currently on. Links will be down in the descriptions below. Always want to thank you guys for giving me motivation to give you the best in boxing when it comes to content. Also, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. It's very important for the growth of the channel. With all that out of the way, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo.